7 News reporter Tyler Lopez. He's been out driving. He's driving right now all morning long on these slick roads. Tyler, it's been talking also to local governments about these storms and really not only here but across the country and how it's really putting a strain on the amount of de-icer available to the road crews.
Right, Jesse. In fact, both Denver and CDOT tell us they are concerned about whether or not their de-icing products are going to hold up for the rest of the winter. Look at that accident you just described. We just hit the backup at Dry Creek as we approach County Line going south on I-25. Now, the state says they are low on liquid de-icers. We also didn't see much of the solid reddish-colored product Ice Slicer this morning, and we definitely saw a tough commute in these bitter cold temperatures. This was I-70 between Wadsworth and Federal, just so slippery today. This accident at Sheridan, we saw a half dozen vehicles on both sides of the interstate where the road was surprisingly slippery there. We also did not see solid de-icers on the road. Now, CDOT says they applied those de-icers on Tuesday in advance of the bone-chilling cold. But the roads even involved a lakeside police SUV that was rear-ended by a smaller SUV in that same area. No serious injuries in that crash, and that was the theme throughout the morning. We also saw some freezing fog. It hit our windshield and froze almost instantly. That created just enough moisture to really make those roads treacherous when you add in the wind chills and the cold. Now, state road managers tell us they are looking at supplies for the rest of the winter because they know what January and February have held so far, but we also have March and April looming.
Here in Colorado, we do prepare for this kind of weather, and so we do have our supplies. For us, it's also a question of moving supplies around the state to make sure that we get those areas that are being hardest hit.
We feel confident. If it gets to the point that we think we will have to ration, our teams are ready and prepared to look for other sources of ice slicer.
Now, CDOT says they are low on the liquid de-icer. They're in the process of getting some shipments in from the Grand Junction area. Both Denver and CDOT say they're aware that the supplier of their solid de-icer in Utah is notifying them there could be a possible shortage of that product later in the year. But both tell us they are not rationing their de-icers. They both say the solid products were used both again this morning. And we now are going southbound on I-25 with the traffic very slow. Kelly, back to you.